You're about to watch part 2 of the video from my trip to Yuma, Arizona with my parents back in mid-February. But I'm quickly going to tell you about a contest we're doing. It's February 27th now. You guys will be watching this February 28th, Friday, tomorrow. And between February 28th and March 1st, Sunday night, I'm going to be running this contest, and in order to participate in the contest, this will be a question and answer contest again. Some of you who have been subscribed for a while will be familiar with the question and answer contest, but basically in the comments down below for this video you're watching now, just ask me a question, anything to do with bugs, anything to do with vacationing, traveling, bug trips if you'd like, anything to do with pet bug care, anything to do with insects that you might be seeing, personal questions about me, questions about running an online business, pretty much anything's fair game. I'm starting to learn a lot about being a YouTuber here as well, and so you're welcome to ask questions about that if that's something that you're curious about. I know we have a few things in common here on this channel. Number one, I think you like bugs, or at least nature, and that's part of the reason you're watching this video. And then the other reason, obviously, is we are all on YouTube here together, and so maybe you have some questions about that. I did start my YouTube channel back in 2008, my older original one, and then I started a new one about 1.5 years ago now. And so I've been doing this for a long time, longer than most people, but much less successfully than most people. But we're making up for lost time now, and I'm having a great time. So any kind of question down below in the comments, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you get the notifications, and that will let you know. I do a contest pretty much every Friday, so you don't want to miss out on those because it's always fun. So for the first place prize for this contest, and like I said, it will end on Sunday, March 1st at midnight my time here on the Pacific coast of the United States. And unfortunately, this is only eligible, or only people who live in the United States are eligible, because I only ship within the United States. You're still welcome to participate if you live in another country and ask questions if you're wanting to learn something. Not that I know everything, but sometimes I will look things up so that I can properly answer a question. But most of the time I'm able to answer the majority of them without looking anything up, or at least sort of divert the question in a way that's at least entertaining for myself, if not all of you. First place prize for this contest will be a $30 gift certificate to shopping on shop.bugsandcyberspace.com. That's my website. And then second place prize is going to be this coloring and activity book, donated once again by the Portland Insectarium at portlandinsectarium.org, pdxinsectarium.org. I correct myself there. And this is a fun book. It's a coloring book, it's an activity book. Jessica, who runs that company, draws all of these wonderful pictures, and you'll see her artwork featured here rather regularly on the Bugs in Cyberspace YouTube channel, because she works for me here also at Bugs in Cyberspace. She is an arachnologist, has a deep passion for arachnids in particular. This one here, this is the genus Misumena, which happens to be her name on Instagram if you're ever interested in commissioning some artwork. She is a wonderful biological illustrator. And third place prize, donated once again by a regular here on the Bugs in Cyberspace YouTube channel, Shapes in Nature from shapesinnature.com, my friend Jesse Green. You've seen him on the Arizona trips. He donated this cicada sticker. He drew this and made a sticker of it. I don't know if it's picking it up here correctly, but there's a lot of glitter shining in there. It's a really, really cool sticker. And so that's the third place prize. The winner for this contest will be chosen by random number picker, as you've seen me do in prior contests. And with that, please enjoy the remainder of this YouTube video. And don't forget, to be eligible in this contest, You must ask a question in the comments down below. Thank you guys very much for supporting my channel and participating in these contests. I have a lot of fun with it, and this question and answer contest is a format and a contest type that I really, really enjoy, and I look forward to all of your questions. Well, I hung out with these people last night. That's my parents right there on the right. And then Bruce has that school bus. He's got plenty of room in there for him. He's living in there full time. And then my friend Michelle down there at the end. She's been living in that for a couple months. That's my dad's Suzuki right there. He tows behind, well, the motorcycle there. Slept real good in there. Better than in the hotel I slept in the prior night. And I was out here looking around yesterday in the evening. Took you guys with me. We found some ants. And it's a whole different place this time of day. It's morning now, about a little before 9 o'clock in the morning. And all these hills down here. We're an hour and a half or 2 hours west of Yuma in California. This place right up here is called Sunrise Butte. And I walked down through this wash. For those of you who don't live in the desert, a wash is a place where the water runs down. And that's right here. The water doesn't really sink into the ground in the desert like when it rains up in Oregon, where the ground is kind of wet all the time. It just sort of runs over the land and looks for the lowest point, and that ends up creating over forever a wash, and all the water just will run down here and out there. And these are the creosote bushes that we were finding the desert spider beetles on last night. We checked all of these little bushes for them. So we're gonna head over to the dunes today, the Algodones Dunes. It's sort of on the way back and just one of my places anyway. If you look on Bug Guide for this county, Imperial County, you'll see that there are lots of great records for insects in this area. And the dunes, the Algodones Dunes, are probably the destination for most people who are looking for insects in this county anyway. They're very scenic, very beautiful, very unusual, and I'm looking forward to having Dad use the drone, get some footage for us. And we'll be doing that here after breakfast. There, this is a classic wash. See how sandy it is here. And the water just really gets running through here. Very soft. This definitely, when I see habitat like this, when I see washes like this out in the desert, Arizona or Eastern California like this, I always think of velvet ants because I found them in conjunction with these things. You can see that the ground here is a little bit discolored, and that's because it has rained in the area lately and there's still a little bit of moisture. These tiny little rivulets that adjoin this main wash bed. And so some things will be attracted to the moisture down in these places. I didn't actually see this main bed yesterday when I was walking up over this ridge off to my left. This is a much nicer walk right here. So we spent a lot of time during the day yesterday looking at creosotes, and it was very tricky. I see a fly right there. Well, it must have flown away when I was hitting the zoom button, but it's very tricky to see anything on these. The texture on the backs of those spider beetles probably works in some way to maybe partly mimic these creosote seeds, but also these small leaves. They're very textured, and a lot of light comes through these leaves. If you look at them against the backdrop of the desert sand, whatever might hunt those spider beetles off of this plant out here in the desert probably has even more trouble distinguishing them against the backdrop of creosote and sand than even our human eyes do. Always interesting to think about things like that. Well, we got one lonely ant out here this morning. Actually, that's 2 ants, but only one of them is lonely. Beautiful red color here in the morning sun. Always neat to see a plant that looks nothing like the ones around. This rock over here, I think it's an armadillo actually. Sandstone maybe. There's a lot of these funny rocks over here. Ravages of weather and time. Well, I do keep one rock from every trip, and this one is nice and flat. Kind of got a greenish black color, like some kinds of licorice. A little smoky right there. I thought that was dust, but I think that's actually the coloration of it. Anyway, I keep one rock from every trip. That's my rock. You'll see it in a cage in a video someday in the future, I'm sure. That's another nice piece. So yeah, I can easily keep myself occupied out here forever. Now all these rocks on the ground, in some places stuff like this is just a gold mine. You flip these things over and you'll find all sorts of bugs underneath of it, both day and night. At night the animals will often emerge where they were hiding from the desert sun all day and crawl out from underneath of these. But a little early in the year, it being mid-February, really neat how these rocks are flaking here. I don't know if it's shale or not, but if I was hiking out here with a geologist today, that'd be my guess. If he or she were to ask me about that, this just does flake off pretty nicely. Guess you need some kind of tool to get the full effect, but there's a nice square piece. That would look really cool in a tank with some flat rock scorpions. That's the picture I'm always building in my mind when I see things out here. Now this is kind of interesting. It's weird look like formations. And that just breaks really easily. Strange how there's a little pile of them here. Yesterday it was a video about ants, and today I think we're in Geology 101, minus any real information. But that's how it often is with me and bugs. Every single bug I know, I at one time had to learn about. And of course, there being over 10 million different species, I don't even know a fraction of 1% of them. Not any meaningful fraction anyway. Oh, that would look cool in a tank. Check that out. You can see right through. There we go. What are you? Huh? What are you? There's lots of them hanging out around this little plant right here. Here goes one, cruising off. A couple of them. Neat. Look those up later. Wow. It's really neat. This one looks like a giant thunder egg almost. Nice to be out here all by myself in the middle of nowhere. But the funny thing is, I really do feel like each and every one of you is out here with me, keeping me company, making this more interesting, more fun. A reminder in a sea of beautiful nature that the reach of humans is everywhere. Trash. Hundreds of years worth of trash. But eventually nature will grind it all down to dust. That's a great rock. Looks like the lost jaw of some dinosaur. Well, I thought my dad was going to fly the drone over us. So far he's a no-show. He said 5 minutes. That was like 30 minutes ago. Here you go. Like the back of some stegosaurus poking out of the ground. And in a themed tank, otherworldly, Martian, maybe. That would be a neat rock.
The t-shirt is famous.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's the guy who organizes the van build.
Is that Bob Wells?
No,
Oh.
that's the RTR.
Oh,
No, this is Jamie.
Jamie.
He has a bus. Nomadics. He has a bus.
Well, I'm not really one of you yet. I'm just visiting still.
Uh-oh, that means you are going to become one of us.
It's possible.
The hand
I mean,
is on the wall.
It's I got the best bed last night. You guys are cooking me breakfast. You guys are driving me around looking for bugs. I mean, the sun's shining here. It's pretty perfect.
You don't mean it was the best bed here. You mean it was the best bed.
It was the best night's sleep I've had in a really long time. I might start wearing earplugs again.
So
I don't know.
here's the
It worked
deal.
out perfectly.
We're not camping.
No.
We're just cooking outside.
They say the best way. Do we have enough eggs?
Yeah.
For that salsa? Look at that. Salsa in a pan. I've been doing it wrong.
You heat it up.
I've been doing it wrong for a long time.
How have you been doing it?
Since you did it before you moved to Mexico.
How did I do it?
The way you taught me.
How did I do it?
We poured it in a bowl and dipped chips in it.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
No, this is for eggs. It's different. You can't dip eggs.
You warm it up.
Okay, I'm gonna pull these potatoes off.
Dip potatoes.
Right?
This is probably premature. Oh man, potato.
I drink out of this so I don't share it.
You want? I'll hold the bowl.
Who's gonna want a drink of your clamato anyway?
Ah, that's really good stuff.
Just smother it.
Would you put that whipped cream on?
Is it-
Just the plate?
No, there's a piece of pancake left.
There's a tiny slit.
Isn't whipped cream a food group?
Have a little pancake with your whipped cream. Carol Morgan.
Fuck is mixed up.
That's a possibility. Although the ones that you saw sound like they're a lot bigger.
They were confirmed with him.
Yeah.
It's like
Taking off to head to the Algodones Dunes here in a moment. And I just flipped this rock over here. See a lot of springtails, desert springtails on the bottom of that rock. And one very interesting looking spider. Maybe a steatoda of some kind, I'm not really sure. Look that up on Bug Guide when I get home. It's not dangerous, don't worry, don't worry. They're false widows.
What's that other thing, an egg sac?
That's a male and a female, that's a breeding pair.
Well, they better get at it.
No, they've already been at it.
Ah.
He's protecting her right now.
I got an egg sac.
Get a really good look at the springtail here. This olive clip does a really great job. The eyes on the springtail are particularly impressive. In this close-up. So springtails are hexapods. They are not actually insects, but they are in a larger group that includes 6-legged animals.
Faster.
I feel like we're in Road Warrior 4 or something.
Yeah.
Just begin to see the ants on the hill over there. Wow, that's really pretty. Doesn't look like fun to me though.
Well, do you like roller coasters?
Nope.
You wouldn't think it was fun then.
It just looks boring and hot. Just drop me off down here next to the bushes. Just look at bugs all day long. I'm gonna get sunburned, dehydrated. That's what I want to be doing. Hey, if you like me, give me one of those thumbs up, and please subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when I post next. Please share me with your friends on social media. Thank you for watching.